Hello, Steve Heline here with Speedbinders, and we are a division of the Crosby Group. Today I wanted to go over the anatomy of a speedbinder, and also we're going to talk a little bit about the impact versus the drill. First, chain binders, ratchet binders have a barrel and have end fittings, and you have opposing threads, and all the handle is doing is rotating that barrel to pull your threads in. What differentiates speedbinders from that setup is we're using a drill, a slave gear, and a worm gear to rotate that barrel. So when you operate your drill on the dry bolt, we're spinning this worm gear, which is rotating your barrel, drawing your end links in. You get gear reduction, you get torque multiplication with the thread relationship of the threads inside the barrel and your end fittings. You get torque multiplication there. We're not any different. We get that same torque multiplication. But what we do is we add 24-to-1 on top of that standard gear reduction. That's why we get so tight. That's why we're superior. Well, one of the reasons why we're superior to standard ratchet binders on tension. So to explain this a little bit further, your handle is really pretty basic, and it's not very complicated. So this is just a worm gear over a slave gear. We drop that into here, and then your dry bolt has some cuts in it, and so does your worm gear to receive those. And there you go. Oh, and then you have a retaining pin that goes right there, and that engages that little groove on the bottom of the dry bolt to keep it in there. But really that's what we're doing, and we're rotating your dry bolt and we're spinning that slave gear. So it's really pretty cool. The impact versus the drill. So if you bench race, if you go and look at specs, you'll see that a impact has more torque than a drill. That is correct. But there's two types of torque. There's hitting torque or hard torque, and then there's what's referred to as soft torque or rotational torque. And if this setup was a sprocket over a sprocket, just a gear on top of a gear, and a tooth engaging a tooth, this would most definitely be the tool of choice. We're gonna hammer that tooth against that other tooth to just get it tighter and tighter. We're gonna get it tight that way. But that's not how this is designed. That doesn't work. Okay, it works, but the gear set reacts much more favorably to rotational torque, soft torque, twist. So a Tesla car has so much torque and is so fast because it's an electric motor delivering torque. So that's what we get with the drill, and I'll show you here. So, you know, an impact, when it's in its free rotation state, no torque at all. I mean, it's not much at all. It only gets its hitting torque, or its spec numbers when it starts hitting. So okay, my barrel rotation started to slow down there. I could hang on to the trigger and keep going, but all I'm doing is hammering the snot out of this drive bolt, hammering this worm gear into this slave gear, and it's not designed that way. This isn't designed to spin the slave gear by hitting. So consequently, I'm going to wear this drive bolt out much faster. If you're doing 4 or 5 loads a day, you're probably going to burn that up in a year. It's replaceable. We make, replacement kits. It's not a big deal. But with the drill, that drive bolt will last much longer, much longer, because you're not hitting it. So what I'm going to do, because we're pretty much done here. I mean, it's tight, but okay, you can see how I can lift that. Watch this. I can go much further safely, much tighter, I'm much tighter, and this is a reaction bar. This wants to be against the floor of the trailer, piece of equipment you're tying down, a track, a tire, a dozer blade. This stores your energy, and what we're eliminating is chain twist. So doing a direct inline pull of your chain with no twist, that's another attribute to this. That's why we stay tight. So I know the name is Speedbinders, but the product name is Torque Drive. So Torque Drive is a product of Speedbinders, and it's not really about speed, it's about torque. So this is a Torque Drive product, once again built by Speedbinders, because on the web, on forums and pages, I get a lot of guys, well, I can do it faster than that, and I can do it faster than that. It's not any faster than what that's fine. That's not what we're after. The beauty of this product, where it really shines, is we're eliminating, greatly reducing repetitive motion injuries. I get a call or two every 2 to 3 weeks of drivers just thanking the Crosby Group for this product, because we're giving them 2 or 3 more years into retirement, because their shoulders are repairing themselves because they're no longer ratchet. Their elbows are getting better, their fingers are getting better, because they're not holding on to that barrel in the winter when it's wet and slippery and ice and snow. They're not having to do that. Anybody can operate a drill. You just hang on to it. If you did notice, I was holding on to this, and I was cradling the battery pack with my left hand. You do need to respect the drill. You need to respect the power we have here. You need to dial in the tension you want based on your trailer, whether it's aluminum, steel, based on what you're tying down. You don't have to get it as tight as you can. You're going to have a real good idea of where you need to be tension wise. So, and the beauty of the drill as well is you can dial in that tension for your equipment. So gives you the opportunity to do that. But once again, just to wrap up a little bit, the gear set reacts much more favorably to rotational torque. That's what we're looking for. You're going to see some media, you're going to see some videos where before we were okay with the impact, we have changed our stance on that. We do not want you using the impact. The only really reason is we get tighter with the drill. It's safer for your loads. You can dial in your tension. It's just, this product was designed to be used with the drill. And also one more thing is, it is faster in the sense of if you tie down a steel coil in Cleveland and deliver it to Kentucky, with ratchet binders, every 50 miles you have to retighten your chains. You won't have to retighten this. You can drive to California and your chains are going to be this tight when you arrive. So if you add all that retightening into the equation, we are faster. But once again, the main attributes are torque multiplication, 24-to-1 over the existing barrel and fitting relationship, the driver safety, the extension of their careers. You know, a lot of drivers have a lot of experience. They're the safer drivers, and we want those guys in the field as long as they're willing. So in often cases we've extended careers 3 or 4 years because they were, you know, repaired their shoulders just by using our binders. Everybody can use a drill. So that's pretty much it. Once you use the drill, maintain your binders. We do sell these drive bolts as a replacement. I think you should understand how this works now and why a drill gets it tighter than an impact. And yeah, please reach out to your local Crosby distributor for the torque drive product made by Speedbinders. Thank you.